Hello everyone, and welcome to Tea Time with Tony. I have decided to start doing these videos for every day left in the month of June, where we sit and enjoy a glass of artisan tea. We enjoy Shel Silverstein Polymer 2, and I talk a little bit about my experience with taking care of my grandmother with Alzheimer's and Lewy body dementia. You'll learn throughout these videos how important this cause is to my heart and how special my grandmother was, that I want to make sure that I do these videos to honor her daily. One thing I wanted to share with you today before we start our tea party was I wanted to share a couple basic facts, some statistics about Alzheimer's. And I could just sit here and read those to you, but seeing as we're not able to have our longest day event here in June as a live event, I've also decorated the outside of my house as we've prepared our gardens with signs of statistics about Alzheimer's, so those driving by our house can see some of the major statistics about Alzheimer's. So I'm going to take the camera, we're going to go outside and we'll share these facts with you, and then we'll come back inside and enjoy some tea. So let's go outside. I'm going to switch the view around here. Alright, so the first sign here just explains that the Alzheimer's Association accelerates progress towards treatment, prevention, and a cure for Alzheimer's and dementia. I can't tell you how devastating it is to see your family become these statistics that we share. But 16 million Americans care for a friend or family member with Alzheimer's or dementia. And though if it was this year's statistics, I may not be one of those, we were most definitely at one point a part of that statistic. And I have family members who are still a part of that statistic. The next one, 50 million people worldwide are living with Alzheimer's or other form of dementia. The next one here, almost 2/3 of Americans with Alzheimer's are women. And I do believe they also seem to be the largest demographic of those who are caretakers as well. As you can see along here, we got our longest day flags up as well. So we just had a big storm the other day, so these are a little bit bent. So let's fix this one here really quick. All right, so here's a big one. If you think about all of the the cancers that are out there, all right, Alzheimer's is the 6th leading cause of death in the United States. All right, so this last one isn't a statistic, but those that are social media savvy, here's some hashtags that you can use to show us how you fight for a cure for Alzheimer's. And we would love to see all those pictures of family members. Feel free to post those on our Facebook page, the Wapakoneta Longest Day Facebook page. So I'll share a lot more statistics in upcoming videos, but I just wanted to show you some of those that we had posted outside currently. And like I said, it's quite surreal to see your family become the statistics that we share. One other one that hit our family probably the hardest was about caregivers. it's said that caregivers often see a decline in their health as well due to the stresses and strains of being a caregiver for someone living with Alzheimer's or other dementias. And we most definitely saw that in my grandfather. My grandfather was a champion of a caregiver for my grandmother. He was at her side daily. And if he could not be, there was a very good reason that he was not. There were very few days, I could probably count on two hands, how many days he would have been away from her while she was in the care facility. But after Grandma passed and Grandpa could relax a little bit, we most definitely saw a decline in his health. And though we did not lose him to Alzheimer's itself, I do most definitely believe that we did lose him to the effects on his body due to being such an amazing caregiver for my grandmother. So, for those who haven't seen any of the videos yet, the reason why we sit around and have this tea party is because it was something I enjoyed doing with my grandmother. Though it may have been a pretend tea party, and most likely it was water in our cups. And sometimes it was red rose tea that we'll share in the later video. But we enjoyed having pretend tea parties together. I would spend a long time preparing the tea party in the play kitchen that she had, and then we would sit down for a wonderful tea party. I can't tell you the joy that it brought to my heart thinking about that, and just seeing the joy in my grandmother's face as we played pretend. As I've also said in other videos, my grandmother was an avid collector of teacups, and I've been so blessed to have been allowed to use some of those teacups for these tea parties. So I'm going to go grab a teacup. Which one do I want to use today? Let's use this one. And just temporarily displaying these teacups I was allowed to borrow in this china cabinet that was actually once my grandmother's as well, that held her very large doll collection. I'm so blessed to be able to display this in my house and share the wonderful things that have been passed down to me that were once my grandparents. So, let's talk about our tea for today. Again, our teas have been provided by Loosen Up Teas, my good friend Tyler Berry, who is just now opening up his own brick and mortar shop, the Olive Tree in Bellefontaine, Ohio. So Tyler, again, I wish you the best in your endeavors with your new shop, and I'm so thankful for your contribution with our teas. So today's tea is a crisp apple tea. It's got blackberry leaf, lemongrass, hibiscus, rose hips, apple pieces, orange peel, cinnamon, chamomile, and olive leaf. The caffeine level is relatively low, almost to the point where there's no caffeine. So let's check this out. I have brewed my tea today, again also in this wonderful silver tea set that was once my grandmother's. I'm so blessed to be using it. Polishing this silver set was once our holiday ritual in preparing for our family Christmas party. So I am very blessed that it sits here on our dining room table. All right. Oh wow, the color is beautiful. So like I said, it's a very light pinkish color. So let's taste this. All right, the aroma is most definitely a nice crisp apple with just a hint of cinnamon on the back end. Oh, interesting. All right, so this one's definitely, this one's smoother. It's not as tart as the one that we did not yesterday, but the day before. It's got a wonderful, just calm apple flavor, and I think it's probably the chamomile that is calming down that that crisp apple flavor. And then on the back of the palate, there's definitely a light hint of cinnamon. And it interestingly moves from like the sweetness of the apple and the cinnamon to a slight hint of savory. My guess is that's possibly the olive leaf. I'm not completely sure, but that would be my guess. And maybe a hint of the lavender as well. That's wonderful. Alrighty. So, moving on to the second part of what we're doing in these videos is reading a Shel Silverstein poem. Going over to my grandparents' house, we would always often read from one of the Shel Silverstein books. I'm so blessed to have grown my collection since I was young, and in preparing for these videos, I actually got a book that I didn't know that existed. So we're actually going to grab that book today, and I'm going to pick a random page and just read from that. Alright, so the book that I didn't know there was Everything on It. So I haven't read anything from this book yet. This book is completely new to me as well, so I look forward to seeing what kind of entertaining poems there are in this book. Alright, so I'm literally going to just pick a random page. We'll open it up. Oh, interesting. Okay. So, this poem is called The Clock Man. So listen to the words of the poem The Clock Man from Shel Silverstein in the book Everything on It. How much will you pay for an extra day? The clock man asked the child. Not 1 penny, the answer came, for my days are as many as smiles. How much will you pay for an extra day? He asked when the child was grown. Maybe $1 or maybe less, for I've plenty of days of my own. How much will you pay for an extra day? He asked when the time came to die. All of the pearls and all of the seas and all of the stars in the sky. It's very, again, if we're picking a random poem, that's very pertinent as to our subject matter. As I've said in other videos, when I would go visit my grandmother, I got to the point where I stopped asking if she knew who I was. Because I didn't want to put her through that stress. And the days that she called me by name were extra, extra special. And it was those days where I got to see that Irish twinkle in her eye and that smile on her face were the days that gave me the strength to go through the days where she was completely unresponsive. So seeing as this is a new book for me and I'm really excited to get into it, let's read another one. Again, I'm just going to pick a random page. Alrighty, good. This one doesn't seem to be as emotional. This one's called Mustache Moe. And if you can see, this is one of the great things about Shel Silverstein's poems is he always has entertaining illustrations to go with them. So here are the words of Mustache Moe from Shel Silverstein in the book Everything on It. And this is a short one. Mustache Moe of the B&O. His mustache grows 10 feet or so. It got caught in the wheels below. Now there's no mustache and no Moe. I can just hear Grandma's silly little laugh as I read that. So those are some poems from Everything on It by Shel Silverstein. Let's try this tea again. It's always very interesting to see as the tea is sit for a little bit, how the flavors change. And with all foods, flavors change as the temperature changes as well. See. So now we've got, I love how it changes, it's very exciting. So now it's actually the tartness has come out a little bit more. So my guess is that's the tartness of the lemongrass. And it's still got that wonderful apple flavor, but there's a little bit more tartness there as well. So as I share these teas, it's most definitely available for you to purchase these teas as well. And in fact, in purchasing some of these teas, you can actually help the Alzheimer's Association. And let me share with you how you can do that. So if you go to Tyler's website, loosenuptea.com, and place an order, and if you put in the promo code TLDTEA, so TLDT, he will donate 10% of your order to the Alzheimer's Association. So Tyler, thank you so much for your willingness to partnership with me in these videos, as well as being one of our vendors at our Longest Day event. So thank you so much for that. We will continue to do these videos throughout the month of June. And we'd also like to share about our Longest Day broadcast. The longest day this year would have been June 20th. It's a Saturday. And with the state of our world right now and in the spirit of social distancing, it just didn't feel right to do a in-person live event. So, within the last couple of weeks, actually, we've decided that we can still have our event, at least a good portion of it, but we're going to do it as a live broadcast. So, there's a couple of ways where you can find our live broadcast. You can find our live broadcast off of our YouTube channel, which is A Smile and a Song. You can also find it on our webpage, which is wapakonnetalongestday.com. And then you could also be able to find it on our Facebook page, which is Wapakoneta Longest Day. If you would, in the meantime, like to learn more about my story and the story of my grandmother and all the efforts that I try to do for the Alzheimer's Association and local advocacy, national advocacy, as well as providing resources for those in our area, you can also check out the website that my family and I have created. Based off of my grandmother's famous saying, put a smile on your face and a song in your heart. The name of the website is asmileandasong.com. So feel free to go there. You can hear about my grandmother's story and our trek through the fog of Alzheimer's. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video and our other videos. As this live feed comes down, I will edit it and put these videos back up on our website for you to view all of our tea parties together. So again, thank you so much. And if you would, one last thing, if you're not necessarily a tea drinker, but would like to contribute to the cause, you can also go to our Wapakoneta Longest Day, our Facebook page, or the asmileandasong.com website to just donate directly to our Longest Day efforts. So thank you so much, and here's to the day where we might see no fog of Alzheimer's. Have a wonderful day.
Something you once told us when we were little kids. All of the things that you showed us and everything you did. The house in Nottingham, you taught us how to understand and showed us how to be a shram. From our hearts you have scribed it since the days that we were young. Put a smile on your face A song in your heart, there's no dream you can't become. Put a smile on your face and a song in your heart. We will never let it leave us. We will never let it part. Put a smile on your face and a song in your heart. We will never let it leave us. We will never let it part. May troubles, worries, and problems never linger. May they only make you that much stronger, able, and wise. And may you rise each day with the sunlight in your heart, success in your path, and that smile always there in your eyes. You told us this and now it's in our hearts. Life's not easy, sometimes struggle is the special part. Remember just one thing, the joy that life can bring. When times are troubling, open up your heart and sing. Keep a smile on your face and a song in your heart. We will never let it leave us. We will never let it part. Keep a smile on your face and a song in your heart. We will never let it leave us. We will never let it part. Though we may travel far, north, south, east, or west, we will remember the family motto that will make our lives the best.